Hi, good morning everyone. Yesterday we already discussed about quadrant rules. In this first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Like first quadrant, all 6 trigonometric terms are positive, and in second quadrant sine theta cosecant theta is positive, third quadrant tan theta cot theta is positive, and fourth quadrant cos theta secant theta is positive. Now further, so how this values lies with the sine theta, cos theta and all 6 trigonometric terms values. So very first thing, when you are applying the vertical axis angle like 90 degree and 270 degree, if you apply 90 degree minus theta and 270 degree minus plus theta, so your trigonometric terms are changed. That means if it is sine theta, that changes to cos theta. But in horizontal axis means if you are using the angles of horizontal axis 180 degree or 360 degree, your trigonometric terms are not changed because base is there. So according to that, if I have a first quadrant, like I have sine 90 degree minus theta, so whenever 90 minus theta or 90 plus theta, so we apply the quadrant rules as a sign and trigonometric terms will be changed. Like here sine 90 minus theta changes to cos theta, cos changes to sine theta, tan changes to cot theta, then cot changes to tan theta, then cosecant changes to secant theta and secant changes to cosecant theta. But when are going to second quadrant, like 90 degree plus theta, that means lies between 90 degree and 180 degree. So if we are using 90 degree, trigonometric term will be changed again, like here cos theta, sine theta, cot theta, tan theta, secant theta and cosecant theta. But only right side of sine theta and cosecant theta will be positive, remaining all right side of other trigonometric term will be negative. Only this one sine theta and cosecant theta right side will be positive, other trigonometric term right side will be negative. Now if I will use the horizontal axis angle like 180 degree minus theta or 180 degree plus theta in this all 6 trigonometric terms, so I already told you that 180 degree and 360 degree trigonometric terms are not changed, only we apply the quadrants rule. Like here sine theta cos theta, that will be same, like sine theta cos theta tan theta cot theta cosecant theta and secant theta. But 180 degree minus theta lies in the second quadrant, that means only sine theta and cosecant theta right side will be positive and other trigonometric term right side will be negative here. Similarly, if we go with 180 degree plus theta, that moves to the third quadrant. Third quadrant only tan and cot right side is positive and other 4 term right side will be negative. But we are using, if we are using here 180 degree plus theta, so if we are using here 180 degree plus theta, that means trigonometric terms are not changed. So here will be again sine theta cos theta, that will accompany with the negative sign, tan theta and cot theta will be same because that in third quadrant tan theta cot theta right side will be positive, so other trigonometric term right side will be negative. We already discussed in the last video why it is negative and why it is positive, so that depends upon your coordinates x and y. Now 270 minus theta, so if we are using 270 minus theta, my trigonometric terms will be changed, but we also follow the third quadrant rule in which tan and cot will be positive and other will be negative. Sine changes to cos theta, that will be minus cos theta minus sine theta. Tan and cot is positive, so that will be only these 2 terms will be positive. Trigonometric term is changed, but here will be again cosecant 270 minus theta is minus secant theta and here minus cosecant theta. So now 270 plus theta. 270 plus theta means now we are moving to the fourth quadrant. So 270 plus theta. 270 plus means trigonometric term will be changed. So sin theta changes to cos theta. But in fourth quadrant, sin theta right side is negative. So it will be negative. Only this cos and secant right side will be positive. Other will be negative. So cos is sin theta minus cot theta minus tan theta, then minus secant theta, and here will be plus cosecant theta, because only cos theta and secant theta right side will be positive, others will be negative. Now if we discuss about 360 degree minus theta, so we not write always because this is a complete angle, so 360 degree will be silent there. So we always consider as sin minus theta, cos minus theta, tan minus theta, cot minus theta, cosecant minus theta, and secant minus theta. So that means 360 degree is silent is here. So if any trigonometric term, your angle is accompanied with the negative sign, so that means 360 degree is silent there. So here also 360 degree trigonometric terms not change, that will be same, but fourth quadrant only your cos and secant theta terms will be positive. The both terms right side will be positive and others will be negative. So that will be cos theta and that is secant theta, and other will be negative, minus tan theta, because we are using 360 degree, so trigonometric terms are not changed. So minus cot theta and minus cosecant theta. So that is all for the trigonometric terms. But how we can apply this in the polar form? For that, we know that our basic like 0 to 90 degree trigonometric terms. So this is 180 degrees, this is 270 degree. Like here 30 degree, 45 degree, and here 60 degree. So we are using basically three terms like 30 degree, 45 degree, and this is 60 degree. Okay, so sin 0 is 0 and cos 0 is 180 here according to the table. Okay, so we have to just remember the basic value from 0 to 90 degree. So that we consider as our angle alpha, basic alpha. Our basic angle is considered as alpha. So what are the rules to identify the angle in the particular quadrant? Suppose I have a 30 degree here, I have a 45 degree here, I have a 60 degree here. So I want to find if in my first quadrant this angle is 30 degree, so what will be that angle in second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant, which has the same value but quadrant negative positive sign will be applied on that. Like here 30 degree, so we consider here my alpha, basic angle is alpha, and my rule is to find theta. Theta represent for what is the degree between 0 degree and 360 degree of the particular basic angle in each quadrant. If I have this 30 degree, so if I just go to the diagram, so if I subtract 30 degree from here, so that will be from this to this, it will be 150 degree. So that means what is the value of 30 degree, either sine or cos, same value will be sine 150 degree, cos 150 degree. So every time we can't judge that we have to subtract like 30 degree, 40 degree, 45 degree, and 60 degree. We can directly apply the formula where we can find particular basic angle will be which type of degree in the particular quadrant. So if my angle lies between 0 to 90 degree, that means first quadrant, and my basic angle is alpha, so that means in first quadrant theta, consider that my angle lies in the first quadrant where all terms are positive and theta is same as our basic angle. But if we move to the second quadrant, so in this quadrant our rule is theta is identified by 180 degree minus alpha, or in the radian form pi minus alpha. because 90 degree we also call it pi by 2, 180 degree pi, 270 degree 3 pi by 2, and here again 360 degree we call it 2 pi in the one roundabout. Okay, so this is the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, if we want to find the degree of the particular basic angle like 30 degree, 45 degree and 60 degree, so what will be 45 degree, 60 degree value in the second quadrant between 90 degree to 180 degree? So that value will be same, only sign will be changed according to the quadrant rule. So we apply directly the condition, whatever our basic angle is there, so 180 degree minus basic angle, so that consider that, but that will be greater than 90 degree and 180 degree. Okay, in that case you have to apply for the second quadrant theta is equal to 180 degree minus alpha, and here we can directly go in the short form 180 degree plus theta plus alpha. Alpha means my basic angle, or I can consider pi plus alpha. But in fourth quadrant I already show that 360 degree is silent, so instead of writing 360 degree minus alpha, we directly consider as theta is equal to minus alpha. So these are the four quadrant loop. Let's have a look with the question how we can solve this type of questions. So we can easily identify it. So how we can apply the angles here? Suppose I have a complex number here minus 1 plus I. If I just want to find the amplitude or argument of z. Okay, so if I saw that here x value is minus 1 and y value is 1, so that means x value is negative, y value is positive. That means that lies in the second quadrant. Okay, so now basic thing is how I can find the angle in the second quadrant of this complex number, because in this we can identify if this complex number lies in the second quadrant, and how much angle it will be far away from the 0 degree. So for that what we will do, first we identify like theta is equal to tan inverse b upon a. So this is my formula, okay, for finding the theta. But easiest way is that when you are going to find, first try to find the basic angle alpha. Okay, so it will be easier after applying the quadrant rule. We can easily find the angle in the second quadrant. So when you are going to find the basic angle, you must ignore this negative or positive sign. You just remember my b value is 1 and a value is 1. This is my a value, this is my b value. So my b value is 1, a value is 1. This time we just ignore the negative sign when we are going to find the basic angle. So tan inverse b upon a 1 by 1. Okay, so when tan move on this side, that become tan alpha is equal to 1. So now we think that in which my basic like 0 to 90 degree, my tan theta value is 1. So that is 45 degree. So that means it will be tan alpha is equal to tan pi by 4, or we can write 45 degree here. Like this is 45 degrees, so I write in the, because we are going to count in the circle form, so we will consider this as pi by 4. So now here that means my alpha will be pi by 4. So this is my basic angle. Okay, now I have to find the mean angle in which complex number is applied. So now we have to find the theta. So if you go this way, so there is a no chance of mistake where we have to put the negative sign and where we have to put the positive sign. So if now we go look back to the complex number, so by now looking the actual coordinate minus negative of x and y, so it shows that this complex number lies in the second quadrant. My second quadrant, to find the theta angle according to the basic angle alpha is pi minus alpha. So I will write either directly pi minus alpha. So that is pi minus pi by 4. So that after LCM this will be 3 pi by 4. So that means if my theta value will be 3 pi by 4, when apply sine 3 pi by 4, like sine 3 pi by 4. So whatever pi by 4 value is 1 by root 2, that will be same, but 3 number shows that it lies in the second quadrant, and second quadrant value sin theta is positive, so it will be 1 by root 2. But if we go with the cos 3 pi by 4, so pi by 4 basic value is 1 by root 2, but 3 shows that it lies in the second quadrant. That means second quadrant cos is negative, so my value will be minus 1 by root 2. Now have a look with the another complex number. If I have a complex number z is equal to minus 4i, that means z is equal to 0 minus 4i. If z is equal to 0 minus 4i, so what we will do? So here if I compare with the coordinates, so that means x part is 0 and my y part is minus 4. Okay, or a or b part or x or y coordinates. Okay, by looking at the negative sign, it shows that if y part is negative, x is positive, that means it lies in the fourth quadrant. So if I have to find the polar form of this number, so first I have to find the modulus and then I have to find the polar form of this. So here, so first I will consider the basic angle alpha. After that I can go for the theta. If I go for the basic angle alpha, that is tan inverse. So for basic angle we just ignore the sign, so that is 4 by 0. So any term has denominator 0, that we call it infinite, means not defined. Now tan move on this side, tan alpha is equal to infinite, and which value tan is not defined, that is tan 90 degree. That is tan 90 degree, or we can write tan pi by 2. So that is a 90 degree. That means my basic angle alpha is equal to pi by 2. So by looking at the coordinates, now I think that this basic angle, we have to find what will this basic angle in the degree if it lies in the fourth quadrant. So my fourth quadrant rule is either I can go with 2 pi minus alpha, like 360 degree minus alpha, or I can write directly theta is equal to minus alpha. If I go with 2 pi minus alpha, like 2 pi minus pi by 2. So after calculating our LCM, 4 pi minus pi gives me 3 pi by 2. But or I can write minus pi by 2, both are same. So I can apply any angle in my polar form, minus pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. So that is the same thing. That is, if you look at the quadrant, pi by 2 opposite is minus pi by 2. Okay, so now if we go with the modulus, like r value, so we compare this complex number with e cos theta and this, sorry, r cos theta, and this minus 4, this is r cos theta and this is r sin theta. So when you're adding these, squaring and adding, like r square sin square theta plus cos square theta, so that will be my value 4 square plus 0 square, that is 16. Root 16 gives me r value, that is 16. After solving, if I find the modulus, then r is equal to 4 plus minus 4 when we are going to find the square root. So that is a square root of, if you go with squaring both sides, first you have to write 16 and r value will be plus minus 4. Now if you have to write the polar form of this, like 0 minus 4i, so that will be r is common, cos theta, other name of cos theta plus I sin theta, we call it cis theta. We can also consider as like cis theta, we can write this way also. So now if we change this theta form, so r value is 4, we take it positive value, theta value I can take either this and this, both is acceptable, cos 3 pi by 2 plus I sin 3 pi by 2. So this is my actual polar form of the complex number.